Shareholder supremacy has been really dangerous notion in many ways. The system we operate within has been so focused on short-term profit creation at the expense of people and planet that approach is no longer an option.
Directors now need to look more and more at ESG type issues as both risks and opportunities, and it's stakeholder capitalism.
Looking at the investment landscape today, there is certainly a significant change and a relatively fast-moving change. 90% of the decision makers in M&A processes as investors are looking at ESG issues.
There's more of an appetite to acquire businesses that already have strong ESG credentials. It's a new way of looking at companies. You're also looking at some of these sort of so-called non-financial aspects, which, at least in my opinion, are financial because ultimately they impact your bottom line.
Between 2016 and 2018 alone, there was 38% increase in assets with an ESG or responsible lens. If you are a business who wants to be highly valued and you want to reduce the risks that are popping up in your due diligence, you better get your ESG measurements in order.
The current problem with an ESG due diligence is that it is not yet clear what the real value drivers are in a transaction from an ESG perspective. Professionals like lawyers will be called upon to help developing a framework for due diligence to preserve that value.
The BTeam is a group of global business leaders and civil society leaders who together agree that business as usual is no longer an option. It's not enough to lead by brave action in your own company anymore, because if we are to deliver the sustainable developmental goals, we have to change the system that we operate within.
There's a moral reason for it, but it's also good for business. There's very much reputational issues around companies that are perceived to be trying to operate in a sustainable long-term way, as opposed to very short-term profit-focused only ones.
When I came across ESG for the first time, I thought this was just another management fad or some consultants talking about stuff. I very quickly came to the conclusion that this was important and perhaps even mission critical for business going forward.
An economic system that is focused on the short term has left us with a burning planet, has left us with a broken social contract. We have about a decade to deliver on the vision that will allow us to create an inclusive economy for all. And we better get busy.